Calaroga Shark Media.
Welcome back to TV in the Basement, the podcast that dives deep into the shows you love, or maybe the shows you forgot you loved. I'm your host, Journey Joe Mitchell, and today we're talking about the wild ride that was Season 1 of the Amazon original series, The Boys. Strap in, because things are about to get diabolical. The Boys debuted on Amazon Prime Video in July 2019 and immediately made waves for its dark, irreverent take on the superhero genre. Based on the comic book series of the same name by Garth Ennis and Derek Robertson, the show is set in a world where superheroes are not only real, but corporatized, monetized, and often straight-up assholes. Enter the Boys, a ragtag group of vigilantes led by Billy Butcher, played with manic glee by Karl Urban. The Boys make it their mission to expose and take down corrupt superheroes, especially those in the elite superhero squad known as the Seven. It's a premise ripe for the kind of gloriously messed up social commentary and ultra-violence that Ennis and showrunner Eric Kripke gleefully provide. Over the course of 8-hour-long episodes, Season 1 follows Huey Campbell, played by Jack Quaid, as he joins up with Butcher's crew after his girlfriend is brutally killed by a superhero. Driven by grief and a thirst for vengeance, Huey becomes swept up in a larger conspiracy involving the shady Vought Corporation that manages the Seven. The Boys assembled an impressive cast to bring its morally gray characters to life. Karl Urban as Billy Butcher, the quick-tempered leader of the Boys, Jack Quaid as Huey Campbell, an electronics store worker turned amateur vigilante, Anthony Starr as Homelander, the Seven's sociopathic Superman analog, Erin Moriarty as Annie January Starlight, a naive but principled new member of the Seven, Dominique McElligott as Queen Maeve, Homelander's jaded ex-girlfriend, Chase Crawford as Aquatic Hero. The Deep, essentially if Aquaman was a sex pest, Jesse T. Usher as A-Train, a speedster with a drug problem, Laz Alonso as Mother's Milk, Butcher's level-headed right-hand man, Tomer Capon as Frenchie, a eccentric weapons specialist, Karen Fukuhara as Kimiko the female, a mute superhuman with regenerative powers, Nathan Mitchell as Black Noir, a masked ninja who never speaks, Elizabeth Shue as Madeline Stillwell, a Vought executive who manages the Seven. While Season 1 is strong across the board, a few episodes stand out. Episode 6, The Innocents, focuses on the uneasy mentor-mentee dynamic between Homelander and Starlight. Homelander revealing his true sociopathic nature to her is chilling. Also features a darkly hilarious sequence where the Deep tries to save a dolphin. Episode 8, You Found Me, season finale. An action-packed, twist-filled finale that sets up intriguing plots for Season 2, including Butcher's presumed dead wife being alive and the revelation that Becca's son is the product of assault by Homelander. The shot of Homelander, Maeve, and Stillwell callously laughing after covering up a fatal plane crash is haunting. The role of Huey was written specifically for Jack Quaid after Kripke saw him audition for a different project. In the comics, Huey is drawn to resemble Simon Pegg. Pegg appears as Huey's dad in the show. Homelander is meant to embody toxic post-9/11 American jingoism taken to its darkest extremes. According to showrunner Eric Kripke, the show's over-the-top tone is meant to be one tick past reality. Many of the show's musical choices feature on-the-nose lyrics that comment on the action, like playing The Doors' 20th Century Fox when Huey visits a Fox News parody station. Kripke said they wanted to explore what would happen if you combined the worst of politics with the worst of celebrity and fame, and how badly that could go off the rails. When asked if Starlight's harrowing storyline in Episode 1 was inspired by the #MeToo movement, Kripke said, "It was more about the fact that we wanted to make sure that in this superhero world, women had to navigate the same lousy reality that they have to navigate in our world." Like the comic it's based on, The Boys courts controversy by design. The pilot features an extremely graphic sequence where A-Train accidentally kills Huey's girlfriend by running through her at super speed. Her death is shockingly visceral and gory, setting the tone for the show's unflinching violence. Also in the pilot, Starlight is coerced into performing a sex act on a fellow superhero to gain entry into the Seven. Some found this storyline gratuitous, but others saw it as a disturbing reflection of the exploitation and abuse that occurs in real-world industries. Overall, the violence and sexual content definitely pushes the boundaries of the superhero genre, but fans and critics largely agree the graphic elements aren't just for shock value, but served the story's scathing satirical edge. For a show as gleefully depraved as The Boys, you might not expect it to be an awards darling. But Season 1 garnered a surprising amount of critical recognition. At the 2020 Critics' Choice Super Awards, The Boys won Best Superhero Series, beating out heavy hitters like Watchmen and The Umbrella Academy. Anthony Starr also took home Best Actor in a Superhero Series for his chilling portrayal of Homelander. The show also made a splash at the 2021 Saturn Awards, which recognized the best in sci-fi, fantasy, and horror. The Boys won Best Streaming Superhero Series, while Karl Urban and Erin Moriarty won Best Actor and Best Actress in a Streaming Series, respectively. The Boys even received some Emmy love. While it didn't win, Season 1 was nominated for Outstanding Sound Editing for a Comedy or Drama Series in 2020. On the more technical side, the show's VFX team won the award for Outstanding Animated Character in an Episode or Real-Time Project at the 2021 Visual Effects Society Awards for their work creating the monstrous love sausage in Season 2. Sure, it's a bit of a silly award, but hey, a win is a win. Individual episodes also received recognition. The Season 1 finale, You Found Me, has an 8.9 rating on IMDb, making it the highest user-rated episode of the series. And the episode The Innocents won Best Episodic at the 2021 Hollywood Professional Association Awards. Critics generally heaped praise on the first season too. It earned a certified fresh 85% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. Entertainment Weekly included it on their list of the 10 best shows of 2019. Several critics highlighted The Boys as a standout in an oversaturated superhero media landscape, praising its biting social commentary and willingness to subvert genre expectations. So while it may not have the prestige of some Emmy bait dramas, The Boys proved in its first season that there's room for an ultra-violent superhero satire to make a mark on the awards circuit. It's just delightfully on brand for a show this unconventional to be recognized in some pretty unconventional categories. And that wraps up our deep dive into Season 1 of The Boys. It's a show that's definitely not for the faint of heart, but if you can stomach the gore and darkness, it's a wickedly entertaining deconstruction of superhero tropes and American power fantasies.